back. Yeah, and I would like, just to touch on, conflict. You know, with the issue of conflict, I think is the biggest issue. You know what I mean? I think the issue, the fake conflicts between schools of thought, religions, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I think the conflict issue between the groups is the biggest thing, because a lot of the conflict is baseless, especially when both groups are striving for the same things. Let's say if the groups are focused in on getting close to the Creator, God, Allah, right? You want to get close to Allah. You want to get close to God, the Most High, and you want to do it by way of prayer and let's say righteous deeds. You know, just different kind of social and political, societal, like societal obligations and stuff like that. Everyone's trying to, achieve the same things. You will find that there is no real conflict. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of the disciplines, it stresses, let's say, basically minding your business. You know what I mean? Like, so if a person has a so-called conflict of belief with you personally, but you see this person outwardly displays some form of godliness. I can't think of no better word, but like they actualizing, a certain kind of righteous behavior, or righteous, people see them doing the right things, doing what they got to do towards themselves, towards their family, towards the community that they live in. Then you should be able, you should take that as face value, regardless of what particular belief system that they may profess to follow or whatever, because most of all of the disciplines is following the same things. You know what I'm saying? And you have deeper understandings, overstandings of all of these different, belief systems and stuff like that. But the conflict thing is the biggest thing. And while we fussing, arguing about the ins and outs of what person believe in or disbelieve in, or you didn't left this, or you didn't left that, or you off this, or you off that, while we are fussing and going through back and forth about stuff like that, our open enemy or our open enemies is going out the back door with all our stuff. Just using that as a parable. So while we focused in on stuff that ain't even real, there is no real conflict. We all want the same things: happiness, safety, peace, and all that. And we fussing and fighting about whatever, just something that don't mean nothing. You know what I'm saying? And we should be building up. We should be focusing on building up the community, as a whole, because we all live together, and we all gonna continue to live together. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of some type of fantasy reality or thoughts people have in their mind, because all of the so-called religions and the people who follow these disciplines have always lived together. And if you go far enough back, the people lived in peace and harmony in all actuality. The new stuff, the new ways of thinking have in the last, let's say, 200 years, have created conflict, have created fake conflicts, that are not real. But people are just waking up to certain aspects that, resets and rebuilding and reconstructing history, reconstructing these societies, and all that stuff, moving people from here to there and all this different stuff. People just really waking up to that stuff now. But and then you have some people that's not waking up to that because they're following a conflict doctrine that ain't even real. And that's just something to think about. Leave the conflict alone. If these people over here, you know what I'm saying, doing good and doing what's right, in the world and in their society and all this stuff, let them mind your business and let them people do what they know. You know what I'm saying? One thing I learned in Islam, I learned that I had learned very early on that a good Muslim is someone who stays out of matters that don't concern them. So what's somebody doing in their house with their wife? What's somebody doing that ain't bothering nobody and ain't hurting nobody? Really, it's not your business. People try to act like they care so much. Like, oh, you care so much that you minding my business. Come on, man. But even though I'm not hurting you, I'm not hurting nobody, or